my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, I just had someone post on X here, and I thought I'd better read on this. Apparently, somebody has found information that Lily was baptized as Princess Lilibet Diana. And princess as a Christian name, not a title. Because the letters patent or the rules or whatever is that titles are not your Christian name. So for example, Harry and William were baptized, and all the Wales children were baptized as without a title. And so when Harry and William were baptized, their grandmother was the sovereign. So they were afforded the titles as their birthright, because their grandmother was the queen when they were born of prince. But their baptism did not include the title prince because it's not a Christian name, it's a title. And it should come before their Christian name. Lily and Archie, it is not their birthright to be prince and princess because their grandfather was not on the throne when they were born. They were afforded, see, the clock agrees with me. They were afforded those titles after their grandfather became the king. And the king didn't award those titles. Meghan Markle just announced them. So the big question is, and I've brought this up on this tarot table before, there's nothing stopping Meghan from giving them their Christian names of princess and prince. So it's not a title, it's their actual name. No different than Michael Jackson did that. His two boys are Prince. It's their first name. So let's ask the cards. Has Meghan Markle done that? Because you cannot be baptized with a title. The baptism has to be your Christian name, and that's why it's called a Christian name. So how did she get baptized as Princess Lilibet Diana unless Princess is her actual Christian name? And maybe that's why nobody can find a proper birth certificate for her, because they aren't looking for Princess. Let's ask the cards. Or they're just being idiots and did it the wrong way. So let's ask the cards. But yes, that is absolutely the truth, that is not their birthright to be called prince and princess. When they were born, their grandfather was not on the throne. All right? All right. Is Lilibet Diana, is her real name Princess? Maybe we're discovering something, a big secret here. Shall we begin? Ooh, 9 of Swords. Anxiety, sleepless nights. Sometimes you have that when you don't want people to discover the truth. The Empress. Pregnant with possibilities. Well, the Empress is such a big yes card. In battle, 2 9s now. You know, it was interesting how they made that big kerfuffle about Archie wasn't a prince because he was black. Maybe, and obviously they wouldn't be able to do that in the United Kingdom, put prince on his baptism or his birth certificate because they know better, right? They know the laws in the UK. 7 of Pentacles to make money. Page of Pentacles. Now that's Archie, Page of Pentacles. And this is selling and a story. And this is, we all know Lilibet, it was named Lilibet Diana so that future money, right? And this is telling me that they secured the website for her and whatnot. just seeing that Empress card there, because the Queen was on the throne, right, when they were born, and therefore they weren't afforded the name of Prince and Princess. That's not their birthright. The Magician, well, there's the trickster energy, the Moon, and the Eight of Wands. I'm going to say we're on to something. I'm going to say that we are on to something, because Lilibet, here's the Queen, right? And they were playing games with, I mean, you have to remember the Magician is Mercury, and Mercury is the trickster, and Mercury is communications and words, and so taking a twist of the Queen's name, but not telling us the exact truth of that name, because it's for making money purposes. And here's, the story that they told us. Her name's Lilibet Diana, neglecting to tell us it's Princess Lilibet Diana is her legal name. Here is, I'm going to say, let's keep going. Death, Strength. Okay, so they didn't want to announce it until after the Queen had died. And we have the Scorpio King. Are you staying with me? Oh, yes. Absolutely, we hit the truth. Absolutely, we hit the truth. Megan thought here she was pulling one over on the royal family. So I'm not getting, betrayal. Yeah, absolutely. The betrayal of the Queen and using her name, right? Here's the anxiety around the Queen. And here's the trickster part of it. And then once the Queen had passed away, Megan was the one who announced that they are now Prince and Princess. The King did not. But the King and the royal website have not denied it or declined it. But maybe they're just like, you know what? Whatever. When they are in the UK, they will revert to whatever they want. But I'm thinking now they have not said no, because that actually is her legal name. The cards are saying yes. And it was a big betrayal. Yeah, passed down the name. I'm going to say that Lily has it, but not Archie. Yeah, I'm going to say that Lily has it, but not Archie. And the King knows. The King knows that it is her name actually is Princess. And this is the big betrayal around Lilibet's name, the betrayal around the Queen. And as much as Harry has said that they had permission, no, they had permission to use Elizabeth. They did not have permission to use Lilibet. And I think this is going to be all for money-making scheme. I'm going to say the King knows about it. I think this announcement here might, we might eventually find out that's her real legal name. And it's so interesting, because I did a reading a while back, and I mentioned that there's nothing, I think the reading was, will Meghan continue to use her titles even if they're taken away? And I even mentioned there's nothing stopping her from changing her legal name to Duchess instead of Duchess, Rachel, Meghan, whatever. And then everybody has to call her Duchess because that's her real first name. And I even mentioned that about the children, the Prince and Princess. I'm going to say yes. Now, could she have changed Archie's name legally in the United States? I'm not sure, because he has a UK birth certificate. I can't see why not. Let's ask. The King knows. The King knows. I think that's why the King has never, the palaces never declined it or said, no, you can't do that, or, you know, it wasn't automatic. It's not automatic because it wasn't their birthright. Let's find out. Is Archie's legal first name Prince? Is Archie's legal first name today, here we are in 2026, is Archie's first name, his legal first name, is it Prince? Is it Prince? Yes. Oh my God. Absolutely it is. Oh my God, we stumbled onto something. So even if the titles are taken away, they're knocked out of line of succession, these two children are Prince and Princess. That's their legal first name. Not title, name. Is that why we have never seen a proper birth certificate for, I know some people have seen it and they said, yes, it's real. But that doesn't mean that we haven't seen like a change in name. I wonder if there's somebody out there who can dig around and find out if there's some kind of change in name for Archie and for Lili'S. Oh my God. Good find. Thank you. I think it was Snow White who brought it to my attention. So thank you very much for that. Please take good care. See you online. Bye for now.